mean, the first budgeted baiting program that we did was very successful. We ended up with 98% participation, and since then our participation has never shifted, you know, and we've seen a massive reduction in the number of dogs.
Now that we've got a large area baiting, it's sort of kept us in sheep. We'll say we were going to go out of sheep, we were going to have to go out of sheep, but I think the sheep were going to go out of us.
I've seen many of the people, such as Peter Lucas and Cameron and Janine, that really were at their wits' end as a consequence of wild dog attacks. Going out day in, day out and seeing stock mauled in the paddocks, having to put them down.
So we decided that the best thing for us to do was to try and get in and implement some sort of control program before the problem got too bad down here. We already had seen some of these other landholders. They were doing small baiting programs in isolation. There was no coordination or anything like that. So we went around the Shire and actually got landholders on board to admit there was a dog problem, and let's set up a committee and work out a program that we could do. We started the Paru Wild Dog model of dog control back in 2003. The structure of those groups was originally we only had 4. We split the Shire up into 4 areas. We've now changed that to 5 areas. There's 2 landholder representatives out of each of those areas, and they're elected by landholders in that area who form part of the Wild Dog Committee, and then that committee sits down and meets and works out the control program for the year, whether it's coordinated baiting or whether it's even the process of maybe employing a trapper or whatever.
We do probably have issues with areas that don't bait, and they probably keep restocking, but we keep taking those dogs out, so the numbers haven't increased. It was probably a steady increase in sheep losses, and then with the baiting we've sort of, if we've lost 5 or 10 this year, would be about it. We did get a lot of dog in with our lambs, and that didn't do a lot of good, but we didn't lose any growing sheep.
Yeah, basically our program consists of 2 major baiting programs a year. We do a spring and autumn baiting program. We do employ a professional trapper if we have funds available to put into areas where after our baiting program we still have a fair bit of wild dog activities to try and take some of those dogs out that we have missed in our baiting program. But basically it is the 2 major baiting programs a year. We always have fresh meat available for landholders if they see some activity to get some meat and put some baits out when they see activity in between those 2 major baiting programs.
The baiting program's given people, I guess, a little bit of hope that someone cares and someone's prepared to put some dollars in to out here. And before that, trying to do all the drought stuff, and the women were just like, it was a hopelessness, I guess, in the community. And now at least someone, I guess we feel like they care enough to have a go, and we've seen results from it. It's allowed people to stay here and do what they do well.
The approach taken by Peter Lucas to deliver the Paru model utilised a lot of the principles that we now have incorporated into the National Wild Dog Action Plan. And that's about people being heavily involved in the decision making, actively involved in delivering the program to manage the problem in a targeted, coordinated and strategic fashion.